Okay, so let's have a look at PLANTPath now. So PLANTPath is used primarily for adding hedging to your schemes, but you can also use it anytime that you want to add ribbons of planting going through your model. So we're going to use it as a hedging tool for now. So if I find a hedging plant, so we'll go for some Faga sylvatica, click on PLANTPath. Current users will notice that it's slightly different now. So you're now going to see this dialog, and it's going to give you the 4 different options that you have for creating hedges. It's also going to give you an in-row spacing option, which you can use. So by default, the plants are spaced evenly apart depending on the size of the plant itself, so that they snap together. So let's go for the basic option first, staggered row. If I click on OK, move on to the drawing area and click, and you'll see what's going to happen is I'm able to then add loads and loads of plants very quickly in straight lines. If I press escape, it'll ask you, like you did with PLANTPlace, whether I want to keep or get rid of the joining lines. So I'm going to say no in this case. Now all plant components inside Plant25 are separate components still. So let's say this is a hedge and you want a little opening to appear in the middle. You can very simply just click and delete those plants that you don't want, and that gives you that gap. So they're not linked together as a group or anything like that. They're all separate components, and you can pick and choose which of those you want to keep and which you want to get rid of. If we go back to PLANTPath, we now have the option for a staggered double row. If I click on staggered double row, first of all you have the option then to add your first plant on the left or the right of where you click. So that's useful if you're creating a hedge coming away from a brick wall, for example, and you don't want the first plant to sit in the wall. You can choose which side to use. We'll stick with left for now. Again, in-row spacing and row separation, they're at the bottom. So in-row spacing does give you the distance between the plants. So again, we'll leave it as 1,000, and the row separation is the gap between the rows. So we'll leave that as 450 for now. Click on OK, and so now if I create a hedge, you're going to get a double row spacing, like so. If I do that again, and we adjust the in-row spacing, so if we make that 1250 and we make the row separation, let's go slightly smaller, click on OK. Now when I do it, you're going to see that the circles are slightly further apart in terms of being next to each other, and they are slightly closer in terms of the row. So you've got lots of options when it comes to adding your hedging. Third option is arc. So this works very similarly to the 2-point arc tool in standard SketchUp. You choose your plant, you choose arc, you can change your spacing if you want to. Click on OK, and this time I'm going to be able to click and move and click, and that's going to give you a nice curved hedge or curved row of plants. It will snap to the center of any of those plants, so you can take the last one there and create another row, and it's going to allow you then to create lots of lovely shapes if you want to change the direction of your hedging using curves, like so. And then the final option is your 2-point curve but staggered hedging. So again, you can choose which side you want the first plant to appear, choose staggered arc, and then you can choose to increase or decrease both separations. We'll leave it as it is for now. Click on OK, come over here. Works in the same way, click and move, click again, but this time you're going to get staggered hedging coming in. So you can add lots of plants very, very quickly using those tools.